Hello, and you join us at, I don't know, after episode 16 with our third dinner party of the season, otherwise known as Beck's villain era.
It's, I don't know, I think she felt really betrayed by Gia last time and made a fool of at last dinner party, and she came swinging.
Should we just dive straight in?
Yeah, let's.
Straight into Beck, because there's a lot about Beck
I
today.
think everything revolves around Beck.
Well, I think the reality is things don't revolve around Beck, and she knows it, and she wanted to be in everybody's business and make it all about her.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. Gia got to Beck, and Beck is deeply hurt, and a hurt Beck looks like that. It looks like carnage. It looks like
It looks like sour grapes on her face. It absolutely does.
it's beyond
She's
that.
still visibly looking around the room and pulling faces, and then instead of what she was doing previously when she wasn't liking seeing other people's happiness, where she was just like pulling a face, looking sad, or just rolling her eyes and maybe making a snide comment to Danny, she's now like really digging into it and making things a problem for other people.
Well,
Ultimately, it comes from jealousy and
oh,
desperately
I
wanting
don't.
attention. So Joel was on the money with the attention, and I love the way that he comes back at her
Yeah,
without
but
actually saying anything that's mean or nasty or like a even like a proper comeback. It's just like when she was saying to Scott, "Don't look at me with those evil eyes," and Joel was like, "Oh, Scott, I didn't know your eyes had mirrors in them tonight."
yeah, but is it really about attention? I think she's hurt,
I think
and
some of it
then
is.
I think she's really hurt, and then she just, what do you say, shooting anyone and everyone that is in the line of sight, and if they are not in the line of sight, she's going to them and shooting them.
I don't think that's a good enough excuse, though. I could understand it for specifically
No,
targeting Gia because she's got issues with
it's
Gia.
not.
However, getting into different situations with almost everybody, let's face it, it was almost everyone. Even if it wasn't everyone individually, it was every single relationship in some way or another that
Yeah,
she got
but
involved with. It's just not acceptable.
I
It's
never
almost,
said.
wait, it's almost like she saw the behavior of everybody else last week, of Brooke and of Gia, and was like, commitment ceremony. They didn't really get told off that much. I didn't get told off really at the last commitment ceremony, and my behavior wasn't the best either. I know that I'll probably be able to get away with this. And she's wanted to stir things up, and she's finally executed it in such a fashion that it only makes her look bad instead of what she was
Yeah,
hoping
but
for.
no, I mean, she's not the brightest.
Oh,
She's
absolutely.
not the brightest, but all I'm saying is that's not attention. I'm sorry, judges, they are wrong about it, and you're wrong about it. She's hurt, and when a bomb blasts, it doesn't care who it takes down. That's what happened with Beck. The attention one, that's Gia, and she played it really smart today.
She did, but the attention thing, it's not that she wants attention as such. I don't think it's a conscious thing. I think she wants the attention because she's trying to draw attention to other people's relationships. The experts pretty much said it, didn't they? Her and Danny have talked about her and Danny have deflected from any questions about their relationship, and Beck has talked about everything she sees as negative or a problem with everyone else, and she's just ignoring the issues that they've got. It's the people. What is it that I've written? It's always the people who shout the loudest about how perfect things are. They've got the most to hide, and
All
things aren't
right,
going well behind the scenes.
all right.
She's trying to
No,
be like,
no,
we're
please.
together. No, let me finish. I've got a lot to say, and I will
Yeah,
give you your
yeah.
chance. You know, people have got. It's the people who shout the loudest about how great things are, and pretend that things are all perfect. They've usually got the most crap to hide, or they're in denial about how poorly things are going. And Beck's comment saying that Scott and Gia are trying to be the pinnacle couple, and
That's
the
true.
only person that does that is in a fake relationship, and they're not really happy themselves. She's talking about herself and she doesn't even
No,
realize.
no, it's not.
Yes.
See, please stop
She see the thing is,
psychoanalyzing.
no,
Please, please stop. I
I'm
don't
not.
know which online university that she just got it from. Becky's hat, and when she's had, she's like a dog with madness or a wolf with madness. She'll bite everyone, and she has bitten everyone. The person you're talking about, oh, we are the perfect relationship. That's Alice. I will talk about Alyssa later.
Maybe, but
And
it's not about Beck saying that they're in a perfect relationship. It's the avoidance and ignorance and pretending that everything with her and Danny is fine.
it
It
is
is
fine.
not.
It is perfect after that man that pulled all the stops for a date, and he made Beck feel
Listen,
like she's at the top of mountain.
things are not going poorly. I'll give you that. Things are not going bad. They're going all right. But she's acting like holier than thou, like everything is fine with us. He without sin cast the first stone kind of thing.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
no, please. This is where I'll stop. She's hurt and she's shooting it down everyone else. But this analysis is like her relationship is not going well, so she is going on. That is could be in some cases, but that's not the case. The perfect one, the one that wants to look perfect, or two couples. One is Gia and Scott. We know that
Yeah.
Beck has done a lot of things wrong today, but she clocked Gia, and Gia is a person like that, and the relationship both Beck and Gia have, it's, I don't know, it's love hate relationship. It's
I think it's just Beck, despite everything she's done in tonight's dinner party, she is continuing to seek the approval and,
of
and friendship of Gia. She now sees Gia as the leader of the girls' friend group, or like the
she wants to be friends with
the
Gia.
quote
Yeah,
unquote popular one, the one that everybody would
yeah,
want to be friends with, that kind of shite. And I
yeah,
think that's partly where it comes from.
yeah. I mean, she was right when she said that the tattoos will be off, that they are making it look like a perfect relationship, both Beck and Gia and Alice and David.
Yeah.
But back she's hurt, really hurt, and everyone felt it. She didn't leave one person.
She left no stone unturned, that woman.
Yeah, she didn't. It was so awkward to watch for everyone.
Do you know what? Like, we knew it would happen at some point, but I think what makes it so obvious that she just didn't spin out based off her own emotions, all of that stuff, is that she was plotting it in the car. She was saying
Because
to
it has
Danny,
been building for so long.
well, she was saying in the car to Daniel that she was plotting who she was going to challenge and give a grilling to, and asking him if he's going to back her up. Did you notice he didn't once back her up? No, he didn't contradict anything because that's not who he is in a relationship, so he says. And so he has acted. But equally, he hasn't said, come on now, guys, back off from her. He didn't stop anyone when they tried to come back. He didn't intervene at all with his opinions. He kept quiet, and he actually kept physical distance until Scott pointed out, oh, well, why's your husband down that end of the table then and not sat with you? And from that point onwards, she was saying, Danny, sit with me. Daniel, sit with me. Danny, come and sit with me.
Yeah,
Danny, why aren't
but
you sitting next to me? And she said it repeatedly and nagged. And then even at the very end, as you've just seen, like she was saying, we need to, stand next to me. We need to look united. And he was like, yeah, okay. Just stop telling me what to do. Like
see,
she might be getting on okay in her relationship, but things are not perfect.
no,
Things are
I
not
mean,
fantastic.
they
But
are fantastic until
if
today.
Danny puts aside all of the shitstorm she's caused, she likely still has a bit of an issue in the fact she spent the end of the dinner party bossing him about.
See, the thing is, she is a loose cannon, and Danny is a
Bloody
very,
loose
very smart
cannon. Yeah,
person,
whatever.
and he stayed away because he doesn't want to be getting caught with that. And also, Danny has his clear motives. Reality star, want to come on, good name. He has his priorities. He doesn't care about Beck to the point that she's a tool for him. Like, he wants Beck to be happy. He wants her to be happy because that makes his life more comfortable. That's about, he's a smart guy, that's what he is. And talking about the other couples, Luke and Mel, yeah, we know that, we saw that there is going to happen, and
Yeah,
they
I
are
think. Do you think last week was just a bit of a fluke? Like, oh, we'll try, and actually they've just had a nice time as friends. And then this week, the novelty's worn off, and they're just like heading back towards they were, but with less hatred involved.
See, the thing is, the way Luke has acted,
Mm.
whether she's attractive or not, Luke is not attractive to any woman unless woman doesn't have much of standards or she his type. He is her type because he didn't put up a fight. He acted like, I don't know. There is nothing attractive about Danny to Mel because when Mel is
Danny or Luke?
Luke, there is nothing attractive about Luke to Mel because when Mel is being a bitch, if he had given her some, maybe there was a
Giving her
chance.
some what?
Some taste of her own medicine.
Right, okay.
She's being bitchy. If he tried to match her energy at some point, maybe there is a chance. It's
What, like,
just,
so if she'd felt rejected, then maybe it would have kind of leveled out. Is that what you mean?
yeah.
I don't know, I disagree, but okay.
I'm talking about there is a chance then, but right now it feels like this fella feels like you just can't put him. He doesn't get angry. He doesn't like. Where is the maturity? I understand you are a really good boy, Luke, but good boys are not really attractive or not conventionally born,
Right, okay.
especially by 26. Maybe if she is 36, that might be different. Not by 20. That has continued. There's nothing attractive about to Mel. They are just friends, and she tried to press on the friends thing every time somebody tries to spin it otherwise.
Yeah, I guess. I guess so.
And then let's talk about who is the couple that's still in love. Only one couple is still in love.
Philip and Stella.
Philip and Stella,
The
they're
fact that
still in
they
love.
cleansed themselves with sage before the dinner party.
It's good that nobody came for Stella.
Yeah.
And as I said, Beck went and kind of tried to raise something which is actually, how do you say it? Yeah, it is something that actually needs somebody needs to talk about because Stella is still in the bubble.
Yeah, I mean, oh no.
I mean, Beck's intentions were not nice, but what she said has actually made some sense. Like,
Yeah, on one hand, she's looking out for Stella, and in the other is her motive, which is just to stir shit up.
yeah, but
She's gone about things the wrong way.
yeah, it's one of those things. And as I said, and then Gia is like she doesn't have any friends. Both her friends left. She went and warmed up to Juliet and
Oh,
kind of
absolutely.
tried
She
to,
was working overtime, overtime to
yeah,
the max to get people on side. Apologising to Alyssa and throwing back under the bus that the information was coming from her. And then obviously Juliet, going,
yeah. And also, I
And then, oh
don't,
yeah, sorry. And immediately when Sam and Chris came in, like, ah, oh my god, and like trying to be like the first one to get to them and make friends with them.
yeah. And I don't believe for a second that she got bullied. What I think has happened in her high school is she tried to pull shit off like this, and everyone kind of,
It was like, nah, shut it down.
yeah, everyone
Probably.
shut it down as a group and collective, and she felt, oh, I got bullied. No, you are the bully that got thrown out of the social circle, and you felt bullied. But that's about it. And coming to who are the other couples, Rachel and is it
Rachel and Steve.
Steve? Yeah, it's
Steve-O.
Steve. I think, see, this is where I'm talking about back. Although she has been throwing bullets around and grenades around, she's right about that.
Oh
If
my
there is,
god, she went at that like a bull in a china shop. She could have been way more delicate about it. If somebody else had asked the same questions and made the same comments to Rachel and Steve and she was observing, she would pull them up on how rude and insensitive they are and judge them and have a go at them. But she's done it and feels it's perfectly acceptable. Again, she might have had good intentions,
no, this
but
is
for
where,
but
no,
the
I don't,
entire
no, no,
evening,
I don't want you to completely concentrate on Beck's character and Beck's behavior today. But the point she raised has made some sense. Like, it's 6 weeks and they are being like friends with a kiss and now and then, and I'm like, what exactly is happening?
Rachel tried to say, that like they had a romantic movie night and she got cut off by Beck going boring.
Yeah, because yeah, not romantic movie night. Like
But she
what?
might have been about to go further into detail about the evening and what happened and,
There was nothing happened because the way Rachel said that she is definitely into it. She kind of pressed that point that she is the one
poor
definitely into
Steve
it.
didn't know what to say. He was bloody thrown. You could see it in his face. He didn't know what to say, how to
Yeah,
respond. He just seemed really uncomfortable. And I'm not surprised.
he's a deer in headlights, but this is married at first sight. Either you move forward or you go home.
No, that is the point of the experiment. Yes, but you can't throw that in when it's not necessarily relevant because
No,
the
this
point
is
is he was a deer in the headlights because Beck was challenging him and being really rude and intrusive.
yeah, but see, this is what I'm talking about.
No, you
Separate the
don't want me
Beck's
to talk about
behavior.
Beck for the whole episode, but
No, some of the
unfortunately,
things.
it will be
See
because it's
that.
her villain era.
Yeah, but you are getting sucked into it. I am able to kind of differentiate. Yes,
Yeah,
she did
yeah,
make
yeah.
some nasty comments, but those comments actually made sense. Like, does Steve actually find?
I don't know because when he's answered that in the past, he said like I don't know, didn't he give like non-committal answers?
Yeah, he did.
And he said the chemistry's not there, even though, and then they had that really awkward one kiss. That's it.
Yeah,
So I
sure.
get it. They do need to move on. It hurts.
Because
It hurts me, and it's uncomfortable to say Beck's got a point, but she just went about it in
yeah,
entirely the
that's
wrong
what
way.
she was really had.
It
She was throwing
pains me to
granite.
say it.
Yeah, but that's what the judges are not going to say it because judges want content. They're giving the content and they're happy with the content. That's what the judges question about. They don't care about the relationship.
I think it'll come up at the commitment ceremony to see have they actually made any progress because when it's been clearly just a friendship couple, they've essentially pushed people to change their mind and write leave before.
Yeah,
So there's a chance.
yeah, there is a chance. And then let's talk about the new couple, Joel and Juliet.
Joel and Juliet, yeah, things seem to be good, and
I think this it seems to be good, and she seems to have warmed up to Joel, and Joel is a mean bitch himself. He's a nice person, but he has a mean bitch, and
I
he's the
like the way that she said, like I'm looking forward to everybody seeing his softer side and getting to know him properly. He must have that, otherwise she'd just be like, no, like I said I wanted the class clown, but this is a bit much. So there's obviously that other side to him that
yeah, which is as I said, he seems to be a nice guy from the last episode we have seen,
yeah.
and it seems to be going all right. And then Chris and Sam, they're just in the honeymoon period. There isn't much. There isn't like I don't know about their romance.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Because
the
obviously it's a dinner party, we don't really get to find out anything extra, do we?
and the other couple, Tyson, we know that Tyson will be under fire.
Oh,
And
wait. Well, when Rachel was saying at the start, she wanted to speak to Tyson about his woke comment culture and his vows, I thought, oh dear, I don't know how this is going to go, but if it doesn't go well, you don't realize what you're taking on with that conversation. But it turns out it didn't matter because Beck made it all about her and it was fine anyway, you know?
yeah, it's one of
Oh,
those.
good
He
God.
handled it much better than I expected. If
And
I if
yeah, and the way that Stephanie was like, when she was asked about her opinion, she was like, oh, well, I'm very central. I just want everybody to be in harmony. And behind the scenes, she's like, yeah, we've got very similar opinions, me and Tyson, but I know how to say it nicely.
exactly, this is why I don't like people like Stephanie. I mean, where do you draw the line? Like, do you want somebody to be mean to your face, or do you want somebody to be mean to your face in a way that comes off well, like where they can deny plausibility? Because that's what Stephanie did. She denied plausibility, but she did not say anything. She wasn't honest. She's one of those manipulative.
I think
She should have
she
said
knows
her
it. She
opinion.
knows it's divisive, and that's why she went with the neutral stance.
She didn't have that problem when she in her interviews, did she?
I don't remember, but no, probably
Exactly, which means
with
that,
different context.
yeah,
She chose carefully because she's in a room full of people. She's only really just met.
no, that's what I'm talking about. She is, I won't say PR trained, but society trained. But I don't see her a better person than Tyson today. That's all I'm saying. And
Yeah.
moving on from them, let's go to Julia, and Grayson.
Well, Julia being Julia.
Julia
In
is
my little
Julia.
notes I put about how she was talking about, you know, she she's more nuanced than Grayson, who wants and needs binary stances on things. She's more nuanced.
Yes.
She lives in the shades of life while she's standing there dressed like a highlighter pen in like fluorescent yellow. That just made me laugh because she's like talking about the shades of life.
I like Julia. So there is, Julia is an authentic person. She is honest to herself. She might be the only authentic person in the entire cast.
Potentially. But she's talking about like she wanted to consciously uncouple. She's not bloody Chris Martin from Coldplay. Like, come on, give over.
No, I mean,
I did like though, like they obviously had Beck try and stir up trouble between them that was unfounded. And then a little while later, I liked how she just turned to him and was like, I'm really sorry for raising my voice at you. I don't want things to be like that. Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, do you know what? I'm sorry too. I get it. And they made up. And it was just, even though they're not together, like even when she entered the cocktail party at the start, like straight away went over to Grayson and Grayson went to her, and like they're not together, but they're still being, I don't know, they're still acting very close. There's no bitterness between them, even if they're both, if one or both of them are upset.
yeah, because,
It's just a really nice way of them being.
yeah, I guess. I mean, Grayson kind of moans behind her, but yeah, not in front of her. They have that cordial
Yeah,
friendship.
they're civil, aren't they?
Yeah, that's. And who did we miss?
Uh, Not really very many people.
Alyssa and
Alyssa
David.
and David.
You know what I have seen Alyssa?
What?
She is one of those persons who plays for the camera and for the,
See, I don't see it, but I like.
well, you might like her. I kind of, in the
I
first few episodes, I kind of fell for her too, but you know what changed is her comments. There is always, people can make salty comments like Beck,
Yeah.
the way she makes comments, Gia and everyone else who is like salt, they come personally and all, but they are all on a TV show. Like, has Alicia not seen how dinner parties goes in MAFS? And
Yeah.
I mean, producers make you kind of push you do that, and it's not like, it's an open secret for her to talk, use the words like that, disgusting, this is it, and I'm like, that's a really high cost for you to be in, because this is a show that's happening for 13 seasons, and there is not a season that changed it. That's the regular format. Every dinner party is like a boxing match for women.
It's not every dinner party though.
It is.
It's not every single dinner party.
It is. I don't
No,
remember a
I
single dinner
disagree.
party.
It's not every dinner party.
We have seen 7 seasons, and I don't remember a dinner party where there weren't.
I do. I remember dinner parties where it's been civil with everyone. It's been nice. It's been pleasant,
You might have
and
dementia.
and everybody's had a good time.
Yeah, but no, more often than not, it's always there is something. And then, when Alyssa actually went up and left, she was not the target. There wasn't much about her. Gia kind of brought the screenshot, this and all. When Alyssa left, when the discussion came about things all not being good, and she left for the weekend, and
No, it wasn't specifically that comment. It was the fact that people are talking about her behind her back, saying that she's fake, blah, blah, blah. And she and David agreed earlier on that, do you know what? If this shit comes up again, drama that involves them, they don't want to be part of it, so they're going to leave. And they did. And they didn't make a fuss. They didn't say anything bad. She just said she was really disappointed that it's still happening, and they left without causing a scene, and no one made a big deal of it.
yeah, but see, that's what I'm talking about. Every once in a while, there will always be this bride who wants to make things look perfect. even when they are not. She doesn't care about their relationship has it.
I mean, maybe it does, but
Have you seen any of them coming out?
not yet.
Why?
The best is yet to come.
No, because that's what she does. She puts on a show like she's perfect. Gia, for all the bitchiness, meanness she has, she clocks people. She knows how to clock people. And
Well, I don't know because all of the crap that Gia believed has supposedly come from Beck
ah,
via a friend of a friend in Adelaide, and you know
no,
it's
I don't.
probably all manufactured by Beck,
I
who
don't think it
is
was
just
manufactured by Beck.
jealous of so many
Beck is not
people.
that smart enough. Let's be honest. That is Gia. Manufacturing things is Gia shit.
So you don't think she's smart enough, yet she's clearly smart enough to, and it doesn't actually make her look smart the way she said it at the dinner party, but smart enough to go, oh, well, I text you that, about always a trouble in paradise, but I immediately text Alyssa to see if she was okay. Like, I'm not stirring up trouble. I'm just asking questions and checking in with people. Like, she's trying to cover her ass, and it doesn't make her look less guilty for stirring up
Not the
crap.
smartest. Beck is not the smartest, but
She's
all I'm
really
saying
not.
is Alyssa and David they have issues in relationship, and Alyssa is a fake person, like fake as in the way that she acts everything is perfect when it is not, because that's what she wants to come off as.
Well, I'm willing to wait and see what happens with that because I don't see it. One thing though, like I do like Alyssa, but one thing that I kind of put me off of her at the start was when she first met all the other couples and she was asking the intimate questions of, have you kissed yet? Have you had sex yet? And it was just like, oh, it was the first thing she said to people sometimes. She didn't even say hello. It was, have you had sex yet? Have you kissed yet? And it's just like, oh, it's intrusive. But obviously, she got that out of the way and has kind of been generally nicer and less intrusive since. So I don't know. I like her, but I've seen a bit of a spoiler and I've mentioned it before that something with her and David is coming where we see a different side to Alyssa. So for now, things are great and I'm willing to believe that things are good.
Yeah, I don't trust them for a second. See, David is there for. It's one of those things. Both are thieves. Everyone is a thief, and
What do you
they
mean a thief?
like they came here for TV career, reality stardom, and everything. Both
Yep.
of them.
Why did you say thief?
I mean, when two thieves enter a home,
Yeah.
what they do, they actually share their pot and go.
Or maybe
It's
one
like,
of them just murders the other one so they can get all the stuff.
yeah, that's not how thieves think or work. That's your understanding.
I
That's
mean,
your lack of.
we've seen it in movies and stuff, so
Yeah, it's the movies thing.
Anyway,
Yeah, but it's one of those things. I think I have clocked Elisa tonight. Like, there is no reason for her to leave. That's not. I think she left because the things that came out or the things that she didn't want to come out.
yeah, I disagree.
That's all right.
I disagree.
You can
Yeah.
disagree all you want.
But I think that might be the fastest we've done such an in-depth roundup for a while.
Yeah, there isn't anything other than
Other
they
than
have
other than
shown
Beck
back.
playing judge, jury, executioner, and the press reporting on it all at the same time.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Gia got to Beck. Beck is a loose cannon anyway, and Gia got into Beck's head and she just
Oh God.
lost it. She completely lost it today.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she was tolerable before, but I dread to think she'd be like going.
I think she'll be alright. I think
Oh.
because today is the first time she went off like this. Before, it was always at somebody that started the shit, but I
Yeah.
don't know. She was building it up. She blew it off.
Yeah. Well, she had last week's dinner party where she smacked her hands on the table and screamed around the room. And today she's had her turn at being the one stirring the pot and trying to start little fires that everybody else basically pissed on.
Yeah, it's just that's what
So,
she's not the
has she got it
smartest
out of her
person.
system now, do you think?
Yeah, I think she has.
I bloody hope so.
Yeah, because I think Danny will give her what he needs behind the scenes because Danny is a
Oh,
smart
yeah,
fella.
definitely. Like in the car when she was plotting everything, she's like, I need you to back me. And he was like, all right. Like his words said yes and
Yeah,
confirmed
but
he would. but his body language and his facial expression said the absolute opposite. Like, I don't want any part in this whatsoever.
Yeah, he
She put
it's
him in a tough
one of
spot and
those
he just
things.
got
He's
through it and
smart.
stayed quiet because he doesn't obviously want to cause problems with her in public because he keeps saying, doesn't he, loyalty is his main thing.
Yeah, my ads, but he wants to be on the show and to be on the show,
Well,
not to
yeah.
lose. I mean, yeah,
It's
not to
taken
lose
him so
back
much effort
chase.
to get to this point with her. Why would he spoil it
Yeah,
and cut his time on TV show?
exactly.
Basically, yeah.
Exactly. So he went through it. It was, I don't know, it's one of those things. I mean, I don't remember a maths dinner party the last time when it wasn't. This time it was more explosive than last time, but it's always will always be producers pushing for it, and you cannot blame anyone.
We'll see. We've got the Married at First Sight after the dinner party to watch, haven't we?
Yeah, I will watch that, which will be very interesting.
Yeah, I
And
wonder who they'll get on as a guest. I wonder if Beck will be on it or if maybe she declined.
I
There,
think she,
like the other episode where they were like, "Oh, Gia was actually here, but then she decided to go home and just didn't turn up."
yeah, I mean, the amount of it would be really nice to see because we know that Gia and Scott they're putting on a show.
Yeah.
Things are not perfect, and Gia is not. I don't know, one of the evil stepmothers from Disney movie. Very smart, very calculative. I like her as a character.
Yeah.
Would I be close with her? No, because you just don't know when she will drown who. She has no loyalty or anything.
No, none whatsoever.
And with that, let's end the show.
We'll see you next week.